Yeah, maybe let me look over the contract before you send it out if you're crossing P's. But yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave this to you, and then I'll talk to the guys, and we're gonna cut a little bit of our dick off. See you later.
Hold on, what? I'm gonna burn my tongue on this first.
You know what? I think it's right under that level. I think I kind of nailed the microwave. Well, no, it's still burnable.
Yeah.
I'm always so ambitious. That's really the most bad boy thing about me is how often I burn my little tongue on IT.
Me too, but I don't. It's never being brave. It's always I think I have it. It's always like I think I've waited long enough, and then I haven't because I think I'm more susceptible than most people.
Have you heard the thing about pizza mouth? I don't know where this came from, but not me. But it was the idea that like if you ask any,
not me.
This is not original content.
Okay.
Everything else, is if you ask any guy like about pizza mouth, they're like, yeah, when you eat the pizza too soon, you burn the top of your mouth. But you ask girls about that, they don't know about that because they just wait till it's a reasonable temperature to eat the pizza.
I believe men are affected by it more for sure.
I think pizza mouth, it's not maybe not 100%.
They know it from experience.
Yeah, they're like, my old friend pizza, because like when the match is starting, the Halo game is starting online, and you got the pizza, you're like, I'm gonna be hungry for the next 15 minutes, however long this game takes. I gotta eat this freschetta frozen pizza right now.
I mean, especially from a pizza pocket too. We all know that counts. And those are the sauces coming right out.
They're like little nuclear little heat nuggets.
Yeah.
Pizza roll, you gotta have like a technique. That's like how like primates like know how to like peel certain like nuts and like crack open fruits. That's me kind of knowing how not to burn my tongue on pizza rolls.
I had a neighbor that did her like favorite snack was a piece of American cheese on a piece of bread, on a piece of white bread, and then put into the toaster oven. Ooh. And then just taken out.
That's it. 3 steps.
Yeah, that was it. And I don't know why I think about her a lot, but I've been thinking about that meal a lot. I'm gonna have it soon.
Dude, I think there was one time in like maybe middle school, I was like, maybe I'm a chef. And I was like, I'm going to come up with something to cook. And I think I made basically just like a quesadilla, which is like, white enriched flour tortilla, soft shell, mild cheddar shredded cheese. Mm-hmm. I think maybe just like lunch meat ham slices.
Yeah. So there has to be a protein.
Couldn't be a whiter quesadilla. And then after I made it, smeared sour cream on the outside and then stuck like a big leaf of lettuce to it. I was like, and there's a card of it. It was just like a hut.
Okay, well, I mean that for presentation wise, for the color, yeah, you need it.
Then you're just tearing at this cold, wet leaf that's like hanging off the side. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't even like this.
Have you watched Next Level Show?
No, what's that?
Okay, and we can talk about it later.
Okay.
But
we can cut anything. Tell me about it now.
Just another cooking reality show. I'm so into the premise of bring a bunch of people, make them do their thing. We're gonna eliminate one person every week. Give me that for every occupation and job and hobby. Sure.
Yeah.
And this one, there's a bad kitchen and a good kitchen and a medium kitchen, and then based on how you do each week, you get sent the bad kitchen or the good kitchen. Kind of for the bad kitchen, it's like pots that are so like the handle of the pot's heavier than the pot, so it's like you can't rest it like with water in it. It just keeps like tipping over.
It's like hell. It's like circles of hell.
Just simple stuff like that.
The lower level is brought to you by Chili's.
Yeah, and Gordon Ramsay's a good guy now. He's come full circle.
He's not. He doesn't scream at them.
No, he's like a mentor now.
Wow, that's an interesting arc for him.
I
don't know much about wrestling, but I think that's kind of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, where he was a big time heel, and now everyone knows him as like beloved sweetie.
Did Lewis Black chill out too? Is that what people do? Maybe
Gentle Lewis Black now?
I don't know. I'm saying when I think of screaming, I think of those two men.
I think he's still doing it. I think it's his
because
dude. He's one of the best. When he's buried, it's gonna sound like another thing. You'll hear that like thudding through the coffin. Like, I got one more thing.
Yeah, he should do a comedy album really late in his life where you can tell it's like each take is like a different day because he gets like one good scream in and then it's a whole day later.
This pudding is disgusting.
and a new spry man. And boy, is that nurse And he'll take a day to think about it because he's not sure where he wants to go with that. Neither am I.
His comedic pauses are now days at a time.
Yeah. Gives him time to think.
I feel like there's definitely some good fodder for a scene and all of that. Maybe just like a reality show where folks get eliminated of some kind.
Yeah, please.
All right. Yeah, let me get some room tone for a second of what they're listening to, so we can hear the other podcast through the floor.
I would love some suggestion from the boys.
Yeah, let's see if we can hear. State of the Union. That's Joe Biden.
Wow, they're listening to
think
State of
that's
the Union
tonight.
really loud. That's great.
They're bumping it live.
That's incredible.
For frame reference, that's when this was recorded. I know it's coming out way after that, but this is Joe Biden.
But if you are hearing any muffled speaking, it's Joe Biden.
Because I was like, I narrowed it down. I was like, that's a political speech. Yeah. And then I heard just enough like, I was like, there he is.
And I'm sure he's saying it.
Maybe this is a reality show, but where the contestants have to give a State of the Union address at some point in the show.
Yeah.
Are you nervous? I've been doing a bunch of drafts of mine.
No, I'm not nervous.
Dang, okay. Robert, feeling confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. I got immunity last round, so even if I tank this one, I'll just use the immunity card.
Yeah, but like, you sure you want to use it that early? This is week 8. You know, there's still 8 lobbyists in contention.
You know, I am, because I'm one of those contestants that thinks that I'm seeing things like 4 and 5 steps ahead. So, you know, soon we're going to get a partner round, and I'll partner up with maybe you because you're strong, you know, or maybe Carissa because she's strong. And then obviously we're going to go down to those final 2, and then, you know, things will work out for me down the line.
I think it's impressive how good of a read you have on what your shtick is. Viewing me as a contestant, what like type or mold have I been sort of following?
I think you're going to use your hands too much in the speech, and it's going to turn people off.
That's too specific.
I don't know what to tell you. You're like really gesture forward, and something like sometimes it's just you're gesturing words that don't require or. You know, like,
kind of a flail.
Yeah, like one time
I'm holding my speech. I'm nervous.
It's just that, like, remember when you were talking about the national disaster and you were like, the tornado? You didn't. I think the audience got off put by that, is all I'm saying.
I'm trying to have a universal appeal. And if you don't speak English, you see this, you know I at least addressed the tornado.
Then maybe learn ASL.
Yeah, he's a sad. Let's get to a talking head of you.
I just didn't really understand why all you need to do in this situation is apologize and move forward. Like, it's a very simple tactic. It's day one stuff. So pushing back on this is just taking him a deeper hole. And once the audience is texting their votes in, it's going to be bad news for him.
I don't know why he's so mean. I thought we were friends. Me and Robert I felt like really getting close, and like he was one of my best friends on this island. And then he's just being like weirdly mean. It's like, dude, I was just trying to hang out. I just speared a fish. Folks, it's all these folks where we smoke weed and tell Bible stories. My name is Scoochie Boochie. Will Morris is back. Thanks for doing the show.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm wearing my King James appropriate apparel.
Hell yeah.
For the man himself. Can you tell me actually one thing? I'll tell you one thing about this King James, and you can tell me one thing about the other King James.
Okay.
This King James recently, to date this episode, just like a few days ago, scored 40,000 points.
Wow. Busy day.
Busy day. And it was all on your precious Wizards.
No, not the Wizzy team. Oh, God. That's a lot.
And my Hawks.
If I saw that pop up on the NBA subreddit, I'd be like, of course, he dropped 40,000 in a game on us.
The way he just absolutely put away those Hawks in like 2015 that had like 4 All-Stars on them. Just like not even a chance. It was awesome.
Okay, so now I have to tell you something about the King James version of the Bible.
Yeah, and something as cool because...
Easily, yeah, for sure. It's not really the translation we use a lot. We weren't that fancy. It's the these and thous one, which is pretty badass. They have 40 thous and.
Wow, that's for you.
Let's tell some Bible stories.
Good for you.
Well, the last episode was with Sam, and I was like, there's 2 chapters. We'll see if we get to the second one. But the second one is nasty. The first one is very sweet. The second one is nasty. Ooh. So me and Sam, to no one's surprise, had a blast and only got through 1 chapter, leaving you with the nastiest chapter thus far by far.
Great, and remind me, because I remember last time we were talking, we were right at the beginning of time, so and we are still
now we're in
on
Genesis.
The same story. Genesis. Great.
Yes, it is all still the same story.
Right, this is all one story.
It's all one story, but this is a really different part of that one story.
Maybe other people helped. Maybe different people helped.
Right. And so, for context, we're now down to Jacob, who's a grandson of Abraham. He's been promised this is going to be your land. You're going to have 1,000 descendants. More than that. 1,000. And he's got a big old family. And they're in a foreign land called, the guy who's in charge is Hamor.
Right. Yeah, that's a strong name.
He would be in charge.
Hamor.
It's when you're at the deli and hammer. It's a ham forward episode. We had the quesadilla too. The hamadilla. Dude, that's the whitest thing ever.
Yeah, but the lettuce wrap on it helped though.
Just like a wet, and I would just wash it and not like salad spin or anything, so it's just wet too. But it's clean. I hit it with the tap water for a second.
God, I have put water on a piece of leaf and then put a paper towel on it and been like, what am I?
I took one. I'm like, I'm just not gonna wash this shit. I don't think Jules gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Put that on my tombstone if I die of food poisoning. Hamor's in charge, and he's got Hamor is the leader of the Hivites. So I guess they're in Hive or Hivia. That's what gave me pause.
Okay.
They're the Hives, the band. They're Swedish garage rockers, the Hives. And Hamor, who's in charge.
Front man.
I love the Hives in high school, dude. Still do. This is a Hives podcast. He's got a son, Shechem. And Shechem, trigger warning, is one of Jacob's daughters, Dinah. And then he's like, I love this girl. Can I marry her? Dad, can I marry her? Dad, can I marry her? And Jacob hears about it, but his sons, he's got a bunch of sons, are out in the fields when it happens, so he just waits it out. His boys get back. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, the rapist, right. Hamor pulls up and is like, hello, my son loves your daughter Dinah. Can he marry her? It'll be great. But Jacob's sons hear about this and they're pissed. They're furiously angry.
Right.
What's also crazy is this is the Precious Moments Bible for kids. I read it in the Women's Bible and it said violated her. The Precious Moments Bible says they were like, we're not flinching. The kids got to know.
Yeah. It's not...
Violate is like he crossed her over.
The theme is violence, but obviously... Yeah.
What's wild, too, in the Women's Bible is there's sporadic devotionals throughout the Bible that are not verses of the Bible. It's like some poem written by somebody. And it's every 100 pages or so. But there's one right opposite this story. And I'm like, weird time. And it's just like, love is sprinkly. And it's good because of the rain. And like that kind of shit. And it's just like, maybe it was just to give them like a bit of a breather.
I would argue
really
it's intense. A good
time. So that happens. And all the sons are pissed. And Hamor's like, come on, we'll marry your daughters, you marry our daughters, we've got plenty of land, you can buy land from us, it'll all be good, let's just sort of meld. Mm-hmm. And then Shechem, the chimes in, he's like, come on guys, literally name your price. I love Dinah. And Jacob's sons wanted revenge, and so they tricked them. And they say, okay, you want to be like us? Fun fact about us, we're all circumcised. Cut your dick off.
Wow.
Some starts with tambourine. Cut your dick off. They have a song for it. Wow. And Shechem's like, bet. And then he goes to all the men of the town. He's like, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna do business with them. We're all gonna prosper. We'll marry their daughters. We have plenty of land. So I'll just cut a little bit of our dicks off. And they're like, bet.
Is there any of how that went down?
Not much, dude. And Hamor and Shechem liked what was said. Shechem was the most respected person in his family, and he was so in love with Dinah that he hurried off to get everything done. The two men met with the other leaders of the city and told them, these people are really friendly.
These people are also. Shechem was the most respected person of this family, and he's acting like this.
Yes. Tough.
That's tough.
Tick, 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 boom. I'm gonna lace little Hive sound bites throughout this episode because it's fucking. I've been using it in videos since 2011.
Wow. Yeah.
For the dunking in the driveway montage, that's definitely set to the Hives a little bit.
One of those.
Yeah. So they say these people are really friendly. Why not let them move freely till they find the property they want? There's enough land for them and us. We can marry into theirs. They marry into our family. We only have to do one thing.
And it's pretty simple. I'm not sure how you're going to approach it with primitive tools. Or, not primitive, but...
Bronze Age, maybe? Like...
limited tools is the better word, maybe. Of course, they had, weird torture stuff back.
Sure.
Like that was.
They had slicers.
Yeah, slicers and probably a peak time.
They just didn't have
capacity devices.
Yeah. That's one of the main trades. You can be a carpenter. You can make circumcision devices.
Yeah. For like humiliation, like public humiliation purposes too.
You can make some stocks.
Put some guy's dick in like an iron cast because he like flashed the town, and now he has to wear that for like weeks. That makes sense to me based on the logic that I've understood doing this too.
This happens enough that it clearly was an industry. Like there's someone whose family business, like, my dad made crosses and stocks and whips and pokies, pits and stuff, and so that's my biz, and it's a business.
Because blacksmithing needed specificity.
Yeah, there was the whole section of the market that was like, horseshoes and swords and stuff. But then there was a pretty decent chunk of the market share was all just like torture shit.
Just wearables in general. We're wearing metal these days.
Yeah, metal hats. You name it.
Chainmail anything you want. Who cares?
So, yeah.
Okay.
And they only have to do one thing. We have to get circumcised like them. Just think, we'll get their property as well as their flocks and herds. All we have to do is agree and they'll live with us. Every grown man followed this advice and got circumcised.
Right.
They said bet.
Right.
And then 3 days later, they're all still in pain. Like you said, they got slicers, but they don't got anesthetics.
Because they didn't do,
They don't got a wipe. They don't have the tools.
They didn't have the tools. They didn't do it right.
And they're up for revenge. They definitely did not lend them the tools.
No.
So they were first timers.
And they were like doing it by themselves. And
he's like, dude, do not touch my dick. I'll do it, dude.
Big time. Big time.
Shit, dude.
Or like,
They really wanted those herds.
Or it's one of those things where like they do it, it's like all in big group, but obviously everyone's doing something for the first time. Mm-hmm. So the first one that...
You don't want to be first cut.
And the first one that's cut is now the model. They're like, well, I guess make it look like that.
They're all coming up to him. He's got a cold rag on his forehead. He's like, okay, I'll tell you what not to do.
Or you're right, first pancake theory. That's very true.
Don't have that.
Forget about John. Somebody do. I got a hand for it now.
Some guy's trying to, Shechem's trying to keep them all positive, and he's like, so we know not that. Cool. We know about that. Awesome. You can go. Get him out of here.
Yeah, we should have.
Roll him out of the tent.
Yeah, we should have used some sausage casings. I don't know. First? Yeah, of course.
You gotta do some try. We should have circumcised some rats to test.
That's Michael Scott throwing the watermelons off the roof onto the trampoline to try it out.
Oh, the first one.
It's smart. He would have hit that car.
That's one of the best episodes. I forgot about that one.
Whoa.
Dwight, you ignorant slut.
Yeah. It's all there.
So 3 days later, they're still in pain. And two of Dinah's brothers, Simeon and Levi. Mm-hmm. Levi, obviously, rocking jeans. We know this.
We know this.
And that's where we get the jeans. There's always a lesson. Mm-hmm. And they attack with their swords and kill every man in the town, including Hamor and Shechem. So how small do you picture that town, or how long of a day was that? They're like, dude, no, come on, not fair, dude,
Wait, so they weren't getting better, and they got what happened with the dicks?
They circumcised themselves, and then 3 days later they were still in pain enough so that none of them could fight back.
None of them could fight back. There was an infection that happened or something.
I guess. Yeah, or they just did such a bad job. Or just, no anesthetic, dude.
If it just hurts, I don't know how you're really swinging a sword if it hurts.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they're all just like, want to die.
Right. They're all fine at that point after 3 days.
Dude, less dick? What were we thinking? Just fucking kill me, bro. It hurts way more to jerk off now. I have to get lotion. We have to invent lotion in a few hundred years.
I already died the moment I wanted to hurt myself. I already died the moment I touched my dick for harm.
I betrayed my favorite guy.
Dude, put the sword in his hands, man. Let him do it.
I owe him one, dude. What are you watching? I'll tell you. It's Holy Smokes with Scoochie Boochie. It's a comedy podcast where we smoke good and read the good book. It's kind of like Drunk History, but with weed and the Bible. I'm the host, Scoochie Boochie. I was born from a volcano, and now I'm the best rapper in the United States. I got rap comedy concept albums on Spotify, YouTube, and what's that on the fence? Oh, it's my merch. That's weird. How'd that get there? But I got an improv background. I got a ton of funny friends here in Chicago. So every week I invited one of them over and had them try to tell me a Bible story while blazed. And the results are hilarious. We do improv scenes based on those stories. So whether you know anything about the Bible or you're fully steeped in it, either way it's hilarious because I got funny friends. And the Bible is a wild, wild book from a very, very different time. So I hope you enjoy Holy Smokes with Scoochie Boochie. Hit like, please comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and help us reach a goal of 4,200 followers on Instagram by 420. By April 20 of 2025, we're trying to hit 4,200 followers at Holy Smokes Pod on Instagram. Enjoy the show.
I like that. I like and am partially confused by the lengths that they'll go through before the inevitable slaughter. The slaughter takes place eventually, but it does seem like we're getting people sick before we're weakening them. Yeah. Kind of to stunt on them.
Yeah. There was a lot of those themes in your stories of like talking shit and then a slaughter.
Yeah.
And this definitely falls in that mold.
Getting sick only to get slaughtered again. Like, yeah. I like that a lot. I'm disappointed overall that we didn't hear more of. And I guess they did mention, what has the property come into play? Just through marriage? And
I think it's another economic incentive. They're like, we marry them and get some of their land or whatever.
Marry them and get their land. So that was it. We're going to marry.
You ever see a plot of land so fertile, you're like, I'm going to cut part of my dick off. No question.
Right.
Worth it. They were down bad, dude. You ever wanted to get married so bad? You're like, I'll chop it off. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the very end of the story is, so then the other brothers pile in, and they take sheep, goats, donkeys, there's always a hoof transaction, and all this shit, and they took anything of value, and the wives and children of their victims. Okay, cool, it's all ours. And then Jacob, the patriarch, says to the brothers that just did the slaughter, look what you've done. Now I'm in real trouble with the Canaanites and the Perizzites who live around here. So it was like, dude, not good PR, bro.
Right.
Not like,
Now that they pillaged it after all that.
Not like, what have you done? This is just horrible. Just like, dude, now the neighbors are going to not like that.
Right.
And he's like, there's a bunch of them. There's not many of us. If they attack, they'll kill everyone. And they go, was it right to let our own sister be treated that way? And that's just how that story ends.
I side with whoever was saying that part was a little much, because if we're doing eye for an eye here, wasn't the slaughter the revenge?
I think
you are now overstepping.
I think the looting was not the plan, but once they slaughtered, they're like, wow.
And if you're taking wives and children, now we're calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
Is that not?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's kind of like a bunch more of the same shit. Sure.
It sure sounds like it.
And it's also like, okay, so this is your new dad. He's one of the guys who made your dad chop a little bit of his dick off and then chopped your dad off. And this is dad now. This is his new stepdad.
Yeah.
Awkward dinners. Can you pass the pita?
Right. And is that...
That's the coldest, motherfucker.
Does it assume that the alternative is them, like, not being able to fend for themselves? Is this actually like
There is
an act of...
I mean, yeah.
Or is this looting?
It's definitely looting, I
Okay.
think. But there is also a lot of times undertones of like a woman cannot, like if your brother dies, you have to marry his wife because else she'll like just be, I think, be out in the rain or something.
Right.
Like it was tough.
And typically not that for the enemy, but...
This whole story is like, but
Almost like covered in gold.
they have a really nice furniture. You know how hard it is to get a couch in this era?
These kids look smart. I think I want to raise these
I heard one of those kids listing all the state capitals. Pretty ashamed to kill that kid.
I think that could be cool to hang out with forever. Yeah. I'll take that kid and that couch and
Your son's just dropped. You guys want to play a catch? Don't worry about yesterday.
Do any of you widows love horses? I'm a horse guy.
I know yesterday was stressful. It was a crazy day for all of us. When we slaughtered all the guys, you know. That's crazy.
And I'm picking a few different things I'm liking, and I'm liking everybody. I'm liking everybody here. So.
You guys seem really chill. We were not chill yesterday, and that's our bad.
Yeah.
But now, you guys like flour? You like sacks of flour? We got sacks of flour and sheep.
All of our houses are so big these days.
Remember all the same animals you knew and loved? We got those.
Given. Yeah.
We got the same sheep. Your sheep.
I'm offering you a very similar life. Imagine all your possessions still kind of owned by you.
They're still pretty much your rugs.
In a different configuration.
It's time for a change.
Yeah.
New life, new town, fresh start. What do you say?
And I think they could have, especially in the children's Bible, kind of worded it like that a little bit more, just to kind of soften the edges of.
No, it was more just like, yay! Grab.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this was probably the biggest commitment yet to my plan of just going through the whole Bible just chronologically. This was one I was like, but I was like, every time I read a story sober an hour before this, I'm like, I don't see how this is really gonna be funny. It's a little odd, and then it's always hilarious throughout. So, what are you gonna do?
Happens every time. I'll tell you what.
It's a gift and a curse. All right, how do I round out the half? What's a good scene from all of that?
I'm kind of hoping that you can convince me, a townsperson, to explain, really just explain to me the situation so that I can, give me the elevator pitch, because I can't imagine he went to every single person and gave like this big spiel. It had to have been quick.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you think he did it in mass, in which case give me that, but
let's do a little grassroots first. And then we'll go to the big speech.
Right.
Hey man, you see the new group? The Jacob and all them? You see their whole they got a nice setup over there.
Oh no, I was tending my goats. What were we saying?
Dude, the Jacob, there's this whole group, his whole family's got a bunch of wives. They have like a really nice herds. I'm thinking that could be a nice business opportunity.
You think there's another group of people and you want to do some business?
On the outskirts, yeah, man.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, they got daughters. I know you're single. They have tons of daughters. They can marry my daughters. Then we'll all prosper and shit. We'll get, hoof dowries and shit. It's going to be sick.
Okay, so we kind of merge with this other group of people.
Yeah, and dude, we got so much land. You've seen.
Yeah,
we got so much land.
We sure do. I guess that makes sense. We don't want to inbreed.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. It solves a ton of our problems. I'm actually stoked. So I'm just rounding up the guys just to do some sort of follow up, just so a little paperwork, little details, the little dot some I's, cut some T's.
Yeah, and then we just come live here. So that sounds good.
Cross some P's.
Yeah, maybe let me look over the contract before you send it out if you're crossing P's. But yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave this to you, and then I'll talk to the guys, and we're gonna cut a little bit of our dick off. See you later.
Hold on, what? Huh. Huh.
Okay, guys, get around. So basically, the good news is hella land, hella hooves, everything we ever wanted. It's gonna be so good. We're all gonna get laid. We're gonna party. We're gonna eat lamb.
Sorry, is this a short-term thing or a long-term thing?
Long-term thing. This is actually the rest of our lives, in a good way. This is like sunny acres. You know, this is the good life. Okay. So we're just gonna have everyone go one by one into the vestibule beyond the camel flap there, and just round out some paperwork one at a time beyond the soundproof tent wall, and then that's it.
Soundproof tent wall.
We invented soundproofing because of how much jubilation is going to be on the other side of that curtain. And the flap opens for a second as the guy comes through, and you just hear like sing, sing, and then the flap closes. So who's ready to step up and start their new adventure today? This is the State of the Union.
Okay. Can I see
Homer?
Can I see one of my potential wives?
Oh, absolutely.
Can I just
like
see
Price is
one?
Right style? You want us to?
Can I make sure the people that you're talking about are real before I?
Yeah. Oh, totally. So then he like leaves the outskirts of town, and you see all the herds and stuff. But then you also see two of Jacob's sons just polishing swords, like just one of these.
Okay, great.
So, what do you think? Let's go, Homer. You can be the first one to take that step. Homer. Come on, guys, Homer.
Okay, no, I love being cheered. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. Well, we cut to 3 days later. Yo, just checking in. How you doing, man? What's up? What's up?
I can't sit or stand.
There's nowhere where it's good.
I can't sit or stand, and I can't be a lover.
Not yet.
This was the point.
Not yet, though.
No, this was the point, to be a lover, and I can't.
Not yet, though. You're gonna get laid, and it's gonna be just less. It's sleeker now. It's more aerodynamic. There's no
Did we use a pizza cutter?
Initially, yes.
No.
We had to iterate some
I
stuff.
know we switched tools midway through
We
because
started-
it wasn't
We
working.
had to roll back and forth.
Did it start?
I feel bad about that. That was ill-advised.
What
Eventually,
tool did we land
garden
on?
shears. We'll be right back.